Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about position and gravity and kind of how those factors affect us, all right? So in a lot of cases, what ends up happening is when we don't have good control of our body or we're kind of stuck on one side, is that we're going to shift excessively to one side, okay? So the test that we typically do with our clients is going to be a single leg stance assessment. I'm actually going to put this down a little bit so you can see my feet. Lucky you. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my feet together here, okay? I'm going to lift one foot off the ground. And immediately you'll notice that I just start to shift a little bit to the right side. Okay, you see kind of my weight is going this way. And that might wobble in, but we want to look immediately after I lift my foot off the ground because this is what happens when we walk. We either shift to one side or the other. We kind of stay a little bit more stable. Whereas for my left side, I want to shift to the inside a little bit. I'm exaggerating this somewhat, but this is a good way to kind of test where our weight is really on a daily basis. And so if you wobble to the right, then that means that a lot of your weight is going to be on your right leg all the time. Whereas if you wobble to your left, the same is true. Okay, so let's say we have somebody that wobbles to their right. As they take a step, they're never able to fully shift back to the other side. So we're going to get a lot of compression on the right side of the body. Okay, and so for some people, that's going to manifest as knee pain. In other people, it's going to manifest as low back pain. It's all kind of arbitrary because we're on our right side. Okay, we're on our left side, either one. And what I hear from a lot of people is they'll say something like, all of my issues are on my right side. Okay, or all of my issues have always been on my left side, whatever. So it could be ankle sprains, knee injuries, different things. That's kind of the pattern that we adopt. And this could have been in childhood for some reason. We could have had an injury and that could have forced our body on one side. And so it's used to being there. But the key is that once we know this, we can use drills and training to help to shift us back across, right? And that's what a good assessment will actually identify. But I'm going to give you an example of one, okay? And so I worked with a guy who was shifted into his right side badly, okay? And so when we move from side to side, we have to adduct and abduct, meaning when I abduct, I do that from this side, and I adduct, I do that to that side. So basically, adduction to one side is like that, okay? And just, you don't even have to think about that. But the key is that when we talk about repositioning drills, what we do is we use an exercise to help to shift me onto one side, okay? So to adduct my body or to shift me to my left side in this case, or in his case, okay? And so what I have here is I've got a block, or I've got a pad between my knees here. And I'm going to press my left knee into the pad here. Okay, so I'm pressing my knee into the pad. I can feel my left inner thigh. I'm going to press my heel into the pad as well, and I can feel my hamstring on this left side. What this is doing is it's engaging these muscles to pull me over to my left. Okay, so in this position, I'm just going to scoop my pelvis off the ground a little bit, kind of engage this more, and just knock out a couple deep breaths. So I take a deep breath in through my nose, fill my belly with air, I blow out, and I tighten. I'm just going to do this one more time as an example. Deep breath in, I blow out and I tighten. And what this is doing, it's like taking a car and putting its wheels into alignment. Then when I stand back up, my goal here is, from a stance perspective, knowing that I shift more into my right side, is to shift more to my left side. So in this position, I'm putting my weight intentionally to the outside of my left foot, and I'm putting my left foot back, okay? That's going to allow me to shift a little bit more into my left side, and it's going to put my weight a little bit more on my left, kind of balance that out and kind of equalize that, okay? Knowing that from your single leg stance assessment is going to give you a good way to kind of help to redistribute how gravity affects your body, and then we can get into conversations about how we address other things. So give that a go. Let me know your thoughts.